You also talk about the military's recruiting shortfall. What can be done?
Well, this is a real issue. Look, the President Nixon asked a former Secretary of Defense, Thomas Gates, not Bob Gates, to do a study about should we move away from the draft, which was hugely unpopular in the Vietnam War. I'm a product of the draft. I've graduated in '68, which is a peak year of the draft. I volunteered for the United States Marine Corps, but a lot of people did not want to serve their country at that particular point in time. We did away with the draft. We went to the all-volunteer force in 1973. It struggled through the decade of the 70s. We had to do some things at the end of the 70s to save it. We did things to basically bolster recruiting. So over the course of 50 years, it's been in place 50 years. There have been a few years where we've really struggled on recruiting. And now the Department of Defense has acknowledged last year and this year are the worst recruiting years we've seen in the whole history of the volunteer force. So it is a huge problem. We track something. We target 18 to 24-year-olds. Those are the people we try to get to join our military at a young age, either in the enlisted force or the officer force. And we look at what's called propensity to enlist. The propensity to enlist has gone from a peak of over 50% to way down, in the low teens now, people that don't have any inclination to join. Of that target population, 85% of that target population that would like to find another job can find another job. So with a strong economy, we're competing there. We used to offer educational benefits, which we still do, which was very attractive to people coming in. But guess what? The private sector for-profits offer the same thing. Starbucks will send a barista to college and pay for their college. And so, we have a lot of competition. And the other unfortunate thing is in that target population, a vast majority are not mentally or physically qualified to join the military. So we're going to have to basically look real hard at what are the right incentives? How do we get people to come in a very dangerous world? Things of that nature. How do we basically maybe get this cohort we're targeting more physically fit, more mentally capable, and things of that nature? So we're not going to fix it in a couple of months. We're not going to fix it in a couple of years. But we also have got to be mindful of the fact that we've almost priced the volunteer force out of business. It's on an unsustainable cost course right now.
You regularly put out thought pieces and content about the defense budget and national security. How can people keep abreast of this? How do they follow you, stay in touch?
Well, thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Well, I'm on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. I've got a website, and I post a lot of my thought pieces and articles in the paper and things like that. So I think if you just kind of Google my name, Arnold Punaro, that stuff will pop up.
Thank you so much, Arnold. Have a good day.
Such a privilege.